I'm going to do a quick introduction to the 3W test template, and we'll refer to this later on. And here's the thing about this module. You're learning the concepts to be able to do this well. No one does it great their first time. Usually you have to experience someone like myself walking you through it. Once you've walked through it a few times, you start to really understand that this is a really serious, precise process that, doesn't really allow bullshit to get through. It's all about truth and aligning yourself with the truth so you don't waste time. And hopefully by the end of this, you'll not only be able to answer these questions and use this yourself, but you'll also be able to guide someone else through their own answers using this template. And this is where some of the benefits, when I have customers and I charge a lot of money, they pay me to walk them through this. But as founders, what I'm trying to do is create a precise enough course that you'll be able to listen to this, try out the template yourself, and then in the live Q&A, really experience what it's like having someone like myself bring you through this. And then to support the other founders in your cohort, to help bring them through their deals, because your brain melts when it's your own deal. And this is a way that you can support each other. And every time that you lead someone else through one of their deals using this, you get much more perspective and become better at going through your own deals with this. So what I'm going to ask of you is, before we meet with the live Q&A later this week, I know it's short notice, for you to pick one of your most hairiest deals, or if you're still in customer development, pick a conversation that you've had, or at least one that you're going to have, and use this as a prep, and walk through what the answers are for the 3 W's. On the left, you have the 3 W's. Why buy anything? Why buy us? Why buy now? Then you have the question goal. And again, like for why buy anything, that's making sure there's enough activation energy. And then it's how do you test your answers to make sure they're good enough. And this is what the next module is about. So what happens if they do nothing? Is there enough suffering that doing nothing is unacceptable? Okay. And let's take this one for the example. And you go to the right here, and you try to give an answer to the question. But what I have found with pretty much 100% of the people I bring through this, and I bring a lot of people through this, both pre-seed, Series A, Series B. I've got clients that have raised hundreds of millions of dollars, but it's the same experience. People just give context at first. It's not really an answer. Why buy anything is a why question, and they tell me a bunch of what's and how's. Like, oh, they want this feature, and currently they don't do it that way. And so basically I say to someone, why buy anything? And they start answering, and I type it out for them. And if they have a good answer, I will move what the clear answer is right here. Okay. Now, oftentimes people don't have a clear answer. You go from the notes, which is context, and then if you're able to actually get a real answer that has teeth, you put it into the clear answer. But what usually happens is there isn't a clear answer. Or, and this is the person asking the questions, you really want to become aware of this, is, are they giving you answers that the person that they're talking to gave them, the prospect? Or are these assumptions? Worse off, is this their pitch? Like they're telling you the answers is what they think the answers are from their pitch. And oftentimes people do that. They assume, oh yeah, people would want to, increase revenue. But the reality is they're talking to someone in innovation, and innovation people, they really just want to show that they brought a bunch of startups to come to executives to sing and dance, and that's their metric. They don't really care about revenue. That's beyond them. They care about metrics. They care about your time. Did you give them your time? Which to me oftentimes is a big waste of time. Unless there's a clear answer to why buy anything. So that's an example of an assumption. And then oftentimes people have context, but they don't have a clear answer, or they're just stuck in assumptions and pitches. So then you start to brainstorm, okay, well, what are the next steps you could do to get a better answer to why buy anything? And that could be, I'm going to change, my agenda of a meeting that I already have planned to center around trying to get a why buy anything. Or it could be like, oh crap, I have 20 people in the next demo. I don't know what the 3 W's are. I don't even know who's coming to the demo. So I'm going to go to the person who set up this big ass demo and say, hey, I'm not sure how to demo. I need to make sure that I understand why you guys are doing this and understand what I should highlight about us that no one else can do. And, really make sure I hit points that hit priorities of yours that are now, so that, it's something that is relevant now and not sometime in the future. And I'd like to know, who are the different people involved and, what are their answers? And so this is where the oh crap moment happens for the person who set up the demo of the 20 people. Is like, oh no, if you don't have these answers and you can't demo right, you might waste the time of all the people who are on the call. And I just put my name on the line setting this up. Oh crap, so now we are aligned to get a better answer to why buy anything and try to do it by who's coming, so that it's going to be a much better, smoother demo that gets faster to the 3 W's, not just for the sales rep, but also for the people who are attending. Because again, this is a mutual thing. These are shared questions that the buyer needs to get answered before they can make an ultimate decision. And the rep needs to get answered to know, is this a waste of time or not? And how to use the time well to connect all the dots so everyone's happy and a purchase happens. And so then you just repeat this for why buy anything, why buy us, why buy now. And don't worry, the first time you go through it, it's probably going to be weak. You're probably going to have a lot more, what are the next steps to do? And that's okay. But the key is to do this. And the biggest value of the live Q&A is going to be you seeing this being done either on your own deal, which is going to be great, so please engage in the workshop, or at least seeing someone else do it. And you'll notice that people will have tells. It's like playing poker. They start using language and their body language changes when they know they don't have a clear answer. You'll see these switches. You'll start to see when people are making assumptions, but they're not admitting it. You're going to see where people are pitching. It's like, are these the words of the prospect? So I look forward to bringing you guys through this. So please, there's a link in this course. Go to this template, copy it or copy this part, and try to figure out 1 to 3 deals, get answers to it so that you can experience how easy or hard this is, and come with questions or come with an example of this. And I'll walk through a few deals.